today we're going to recondition. This is a leather couch. It's leather. As you can see, it's where the finishes come off of it here, and across here, and across the front. This is natural wear on leather. This is where people leaning against it, it just wears the leather out, the finish on. So you can put a new finish on. And I've got this here balm, leather and vinyl recoloring balm. It's like polish, but you rub it into it. And that's what we're going to do. So the first thing to do when you go to do this is to vacuum. You want to get all of the debris and stuff out because you don't want to embed that into the couch. So I'm going to vacuum that.
So you're just applying that balm.
Yeah, it's kind of like putting down shoe polish, but this stuff is a little bit different. What you're trying to do is rub it into it, make it consistent. And you can do multiple coats. What you're trying to just blend it in. You can see it there. I'm getting rid of the spots pretty good. Here's good. This will be a good show. And you can see why you don't want the dirt in there. You got to get the dirt out. And you don't have to do the whole seat. You're doing the areas that are worn out.
Maybe over here again, huh? In that real worn area.
Yeah, I'll come back up.
Does it say on there how long it has to dry?
It's going to depend on the temperature. But when it gets dry, so you're going to let it dry, and then you're going to look at it and see if you missed any spots. And then, you don't go for perfect here because it is leather. And you're going to want to see, let it look like leather. Mm-hmm. Leather wears. It's just you don't want that. You're starting to get down into the actual leather itself. You don't want to do that. Would you push that button down there, please?
Down, I'm assuming.
Down, yes.
Is there another layer or something else you put on top of it?
Yeah, there's a conditioner. So when it's all done, and you got the color you want, you need to come back with the leather conditioner. I've got some of that there. I'll show you what it looks like. It's just a paste, and you really should be putting that on all the time anyways. Keep the leather soft. This is where people's arms and their hair and it's where people just wear it out.
There you missed a clump.
And you want to work it into the grain because leather has a grain to it. I don't know if you can see it on the video or not, but if you have leather, you know what I'm talking about. Am I in the light? I probably am.
Where's that little light of yours? That would be
It's out the garage.
Oh.
Try not to leave it, leave the paste on real thick. You got to kind of rub it in. You can see it's a sponge like this here.
That comes in the.
It comes with it.
Mm-hmm.
And you can get this in multiple colors.
So if you have a light colored,
light colors, and you can put this on lighter too. I mean, this is a pretty dark color here, so it's fairly easy to cover. Just bringing back the natural look of what it was originally. Leather doesn't wear out real bad. It holds up really well. It's just the finish gets on it. There's leather furniture that's hundreds of years old that was maintained, and of the structure underneath as well, done right.
so what's this brand name of this stuff? Fortivo.
Yeah.
Leather and vinyl recoloring balm, dark brown. Fortivo. And then this is the
Yeah, you can use any of the leather
protection cream that he's going to put on it.
Yeah, after it's done, you should really, like I said, that should be done. We've had multiple kinds of conditioner, and they're all the same thing. They kind of sealed the leather up, the finish of it.
Do right here, it had something on it there. Oh yeah, this all needs done here next to that seam. Great. Okay.
Well, I'm going to hit the back here a little bit again. This has some some of the grain is broken down a little bit.
Yeah.
We'll get it blended in.
You see a big clump right here. Still there, you need to scrub it a little bit more.
I'll leave this on there, and I'll come back in a little bit, and I'll take this, not this cloth. I'll take this other cloth over here and just kind of wipe it down. So you can see that it's filled in the color pretty good.
Yeah, it has. It looks really nice.
Yeah, it's a lot better. And then once it's dry, I'll take this cloth here, and just like you do your shoes, you kind of go over it and run it on those spots, clean it up, and then put your conditioner on it, and you're done. The conditioner will help it from wearing out again.
Okay.
And it's still going to wear out. I mean, over time, it's going to wear. So it's been about 15 minutes now, and I did have to come back and touch up a few spots that I had missed. So once I got looking at it, as I was watching it dry, I found a couple of spots, so I hit them again. And that's not a problem. And this stuff is water-based, so the sponge, I took the sponge back to it and rinsed it out with water, and it took most of it out of there. So if you do have where you think you got too much on there, if you take a wet cloth, which you really shouldn't use water on leather, but you take a wet cloth, you can take and level that out with a damp cloth. But anyway, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to just go over this, buff it. Get any of the loose stuff that's left. Kind of blend it in.
Because it's so dark, I'm sure you can't tell on video how much better it looks, but it needed a really bright light shone on it, and I just didn't get a light out for it.
I
Well,
missed the
pretty
spot
good.
down there. See two.
Oh, yeah.
I'll come back and get that one later.
Okay.
And I'm not getting much up back on my cloth,
No. You're
so
not.
that's good.
And it's good in the fact that when I sit on this couch, I'm not going to get it on my clothes.
Yeah.
I mean, I never have before when you've done it.
And it held up for over 3 years,
Mm-hmm.
and that's a a lot of people sitting on it.
Mm-hmm.
You can see here. I don't know if you can see that where I missed just a little bit right there.
Mm-hmm.
It's probably not real important to hit that, but I'll probably come back and just hit it.
Mm-hmm.
And so you can also see how the leather is being worn in. It's just like shoes or gloves.
Mm-hmm.
They wear. There's places where it's not wearing,
Mm-hmm.
and then there's places where you can tell where they get worn by clothing.
Mm-hmm.
But the biggest thing is we got the color back into it.
Okay.
And the next thing to do is conditioner. What the conditioner does is protect the finish. It protects the finish. You should be putting this on probably a couple times a year, and we don't. It's a cream.
Mm-hmm.
And it soaks in. So use a lot.
Mm-hmm.
The idea is to soak it into the leather. And we've tried different kinds. I know different brands, and they all seem to be the same. I didn't see any of them that stood out more than the other one.
Now that that's wet, I see you're getting a little bit more
Yeah,
of the,
I'm putting a little moisture back on it, and so it is pulling
it's
up
taking some
so
of it off.
You don't want to get too aggressive. Not while it's fairly, I just put down just 15 minutes ago.
Mm-hmm. Oops, you dripped on the arm.
Okay. Now I'll have to do the back and sides, but we're not going to take all that time to show you that. But that's pretty much it. That's putting the color back into it and then putting the conditioner on it. And if you got furniture that doesn't need that, still put the conditioner on it. Make sure you put lots of it on, let it soak in, and then wipe it down and it's done.
Okay.
There you go.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching.